असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय
Who shared with you? But I felt myself personally called upon to express my own. How to do it was the question. I had not the courage to speak, and I therefore decided to set down my thoughts in writing. I went to the meeting with the document in my pocket. So far as I recollect, I did not find myself equally even to reading it, and the president had it read by someone else. Dr. Allinson lost the day. Thus, in the very first time battle of the kind, I found myself ceding the losing party. But I had comfort in the thought that the cause was right. I have a faint recollection that after this incident, I resigned from the committee. In the third paragraph, Gandhiji strongly decided to resign from the committee. So they were in the committee others also who shared my view. So most of the people in the committee, they discussed about Gandhiji's views. But I felt myself personally called upon to express my own. So if I express my thoughts about this committee, I will be a hero. But most of the people, they thought that if Gandhiji attended the committee, he never speak even a single word. That is the main reason Gandhiji was strongly decided to resign the committee. So before going to do that, how to do it with the question? I had not the courage to speak, and I therefore decided to set down my thoughts in writing. In that meeting, Gandhiji, he could not stand to speak about the committee, but finally he strongly decided to express his views, his thoughts, his ideas through writing a paper. I went to the meeting with the document in my pocket. So finally he gathered the information about the meeting and he written on the paper and put it in his pocket. So I recollect I did not find myself equally even to reading it. So if he written on the paper in that meeting, he did not speak about the words. Okay. Thus, in the very first battle of kind, I found myself siding with the losing party, but I had comfort in the thought that the cause was right. I have a faint recollection that after this incident, I resigned from the committee. So finally, Gandhiji resigned the committee. This sinus I retained throughout my stay in England. So this Gandhiji continued his sinus in England. Even when I paid a social call, the presence of a dozen or more people would strike me down. Why? Because everybody thinks that Gandhiji was a dumb person, because he never heard a single word from his mouth by the people of England. I once went to Vetter with the Mazumdar, who stayed there with the vegetarian family. Mr. Howard, the author of Ethics of Diet, was also staying at the same gathering place. We meet him, and I invited us to speak at a meeting for the promotion of vegetarianism. So Dr. Mazumdar, who strongly encouraged him very much, so Gandhiji also living beside Mr. Mazumdar also. I knew that many did not do so express themselves coherently and briefly. To speak extempore would have been out of the question for me. I had therefore written down my speech. I stood up to read it, but I could not. So finally, Gandhiji decided to speak in that meeting. He started his meeting with very enthusiasm. but finally he stood up but did not speak even a word. My vision became blurred and I trembled. The speech hardly covered a sheet of foolscap. Majumdar had to read it for me. His own speech was, of course, excellent and was received with applause. I was ashamed of myself and sad at heart for my incapacity. So most of the people, they think Gandhi was a dumb person, but Majumdar had to read it for me. So Gandhi's views are presenting in writing paper, but he did not read. But who read his paper? Mr. Majumdar. Okay. My last effort to make a public speech in England, Gandhiji finally strongly decided to speak at least 5 to 10 minutes in that meeting. So public meeting, Gandhiji was strongly decided it. Of my departure from home, when he returned from London to India, finally he wanted to speak at least few minutes. But this time too, I only succeeded in making myself ridiculous. So ridiculous means being very fun. I invited my vegetarian friends to dinner in the Halmoon restaurant referred to in this chapters. So when we departure from any hometown or any country, we will conduct some party to the classmates or roommates or different persons. In this way, Gandhiji decided to give a small party to his members also. I invited my vegetarian friends to dinner in the Halmoon restaurant referred to in these chapters. A vegetarian dinner could be had. I said to myself, in vegetarian restaurants are as a matter of course. But why should it not be possible in a non-vegetarian restaurant too? Okay, there is a question. And I arranged with the manager of the Halmoon restaurant to provide a strictly vegetarian meal. So Gandhiji is giving directions to the hotel manager to strictly provide only vegetarian meal in the restaurant. There is no chance to provide non-veg meals also. Okay, there are celebrated with great eclat, music and speeches. In any party, you can find out different type of music are provided in the meeting. Dances are there, delegates are there. Some very important persons also attend to the meeting. So Gandhiji parties also attend the same, and speeches are there. Music also provided in the restaurants. Therefore, there had to be. When my turn for speaking came, I stood up to make a speech. So Gandhiji decided to speak. I had with great care without one which would consist. When he could proceed no further, Wag stood up and said, "The gentleman conceived thrice but brought forth nothing. I had thought of making a humorous speech taking his anecdote as the text." So the word anecdote means a small interesting story. Okay, the gentleman conceived the thrice but the brought the nothing. I therefore began with it and stuck there. My memories entirely failed me and attempting a humorous speech. Everybody, they laugh at me. I made myself ridiculous. Finally, the Gandhiji opened his mouth. "I thank you, gentlemen, for having kindly responded to my invitation." What Gandhiji was felt in that meeting? Only one word, that is, I think. I thank you, gentlemen, for having kindly responded to my invitation. I said abruptly and sadly. As soon as completed this line, he sat down calmly. It was only in South Africa that I got about this shyness, though I never completely overcame it. It was impossible for me to speak impromptu. I hesitated whenever I had to face strange audiences and avoided making speech whenever I could. Even today, I do not think I could or would even be inclined to keep a meeting for friends engaged in ideal talk. When South